So, I've got a confession to make. I am pretty nervous for this tournament. I guess there's a lot of expectations. They've been placed on me, or I'm placing on myself, and I don't know. It's also just a mix of excitement, anticipation, and all these sort of things, sort of coalescing into. Feeling a lot of stress for this tournament. I noticed in the last couple days of practice, I was placing way more importance on whether I was winning or losing in my matches, and I think that's just because I care about how I go today. I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. It's just how you frame it or how much you let it affect you. Because I think it's fine to get emotional about something you love, like Smash. I put a lot of time into this game. I care a lot about it. It's fun. So of course, it's almost like if I denied that emotional side of myself and pretended I wasn't, I'm kind of denying a part of myself. I'm probably going to feel bottled up, and those emotions will come out when I play or after the game. But the way I do it nowadays is, it's sort of like stress management. First of all, it's useful to know what the 5 stress responses are. So everyone knows fight or flight. There's fawn, flop, and freeze. So I'll just try explaining some of those stress responses, because it's pretty interesting. So fight is obviously not just adrenaline-based fighting, but aggression, frustration, trying to meet it head-on, a little conflictual. Flight is embarrassment, flusteredness, trying to leave, trying to exit the situation to avoid further stimulation. And freeze is inaction, not wanting to do anything in fear of making things worse, just analysis paralysis, that sort of thing. Fawn, not sure if it applies to a Smash context, but I think it does make sense. So usually fawn is associated with let's say a friend rejects you, you try and make it up to them really hard. So I guess if you lose in a match in Smash, you try to make it better, you try fawn over it. I guess maybe it makes sense, I don't know. Faint, that's just a physical thing. I don't really faint. If you do, I guess look into that. I'm not too sure about fainting. But it helped me at least to understand all these different stress responses, because I can be a bit of all of them, except really fainting, depending on the situation. So right now I'm feeling a bit of, maybe a bit of fight and flight. A bit fight because I was angry, I want to do well, I'm conflicting how I'm playing. Flight because I'm nervous, I'm embarrassed, I don't want to show how I'm playing, I don't want to underperform. All these things sort of get in the way of actually true performance, which is, breathing first and foremost. Trust me, breathing is cracked. When you're in these situations, the last thing you want to do is breathe. If you die, just breathe for a sec on the Angel platform. I found a lot of success with that. Breathe, think about, are you going through unhelpful thought trains? Are you future predicting? Are you dealing in absolutes? You're a failure, you'll never do this, you'll never be X, Y, and Z, that sort of thing. Helped me to talk about these sort of stress management things, because I'm feeling a lot calmer, I've noticed. Not as tense here, sort of relaxed. So I'm pretty keen for today's tournament. Obviously I'd like to do well, but at the same time, I like to reframe it more so as, yeah, I want to just do my best and explore new concepts. Just try have fun. Don't let results dictate my feelings, essentially. So, just to what I'm thinking about practicing today is sort of related to prediction versus reaction, which is what I was talking about in the last two. But I'm actually extending that idea to sort of a broad scope, and that's burst range and timing, and not having them two distinct things in my mind, like kind of flowing with both at the same time, like an object in motion, not just, because I was guilty of like taking snapshots of burst ranges and deciding, which is like predicting a little bit, whereas like waiting, now, oh, I got hit, that's all good, move on, keep playing disadvantage. Like, anyway, that's just sort of like timings, like trying to ensure I'm in the correct range, but also trying to time things. Obviously, Josh. Trying to make sure, like, when I position myself, I wait, and then sort of like an object in motion, like now, that sort of thing. Okay, I think that's enough talking, folks. So, without further ado, let's just see how the tournament went. First in the VOD review, and then the car talk back. See ya. Okay, so we're just VOD reviewing one of the losers sets from the Arcadian. Before this, I'd won 2 sets, one of them on stream, but we'll just VOD review this one instead. Then I versed one of the best Bayonetta mains in Perth, and then following that, I versed another Bayonetta. So yeah, kind of an unlucky bracket. Bayonetta's a pretty tricky matchup for Wario, and I wasn't the most familiar with it at the time, other than just a few key points. So yeah, without further ado, I guess let's just go into it. And yeah, in 3, 2, 1, go. I guess I'll explain the overall plan for Wario. So yeah, you'll notice I just spawned the bike straight away, and there's a reason for that. That's because I think the bike is super key in this matchup. When Bayonetta hits it with one of her multi-hits, it can be a nuisance if this is on the platform or on the ground. She gets stuck in a little bit of lag, which gives me access to sort of, maybe walk, reposition, and punish if she like whiffs. And yeah, another key thing, you can forward throw it and it will beat APK. So APK will hit it as long as the bike has health, and then after the first initial hit, Bayonetta keeps going, and then she'll get hit, sent off. And yeah, well, I guess another good thing, you can edge guard Bayonetta with it. You can throw it off stage if the bike's already set up. Usually your priority is to 2-frame, but if the bike's there, it's a good tool. And then finally, I've been talking about the bike non-stop. Finally, the bike's good because it starts situations. Bayonetta has to deal with it, and that's sort of what will allow Wario to play the game, I guess. I don't think I was using bike as much as I should in this matchup, but for the most part, I was doing what I should do, which is not play in the air. This is off limits. I have to stay basically on the ground, walk, crawl, shield, use my grounded tools to sort of get access to play. Alright, so that's sort of the overall matchup. Let's just see how I do. Yeah, taking it slow, not overly committing. See, Bayonetta got into a bit of hit stun lag there. But yeah, good platform extension from Plant, getting a huge amount of percent already. So yeah, one new true interaction win, I was up to 60, now 2 I'm up to 90. So yeah, not great to try and interact. Most of the interactions you take are pretty risky and you don't get much percent, but the key is just try not to take much damage as much as you can. Try not to put yourself in risky situations, and don't die, because Bayonetta's struggle to kill, so that's going to sort of be my inlet, I guess, to get damage and get percent, is that if they're struggling to kill me. I try to parry there, just got hit by the back air. Cool. See if I'm not working out there, unfortunately. Yeah, doing a good job not getting hit by guns, air dodging, or going over. Nice, good follow-ups. Did not mean to go off stage there. That was an accident. And just staying on the ground, shifting around, not overly exposing myself in the air. So yeah, Plant did a witch twist there, which is fine if you're using the bike. Actually, you can bait it out. Good 2-frame there to get the kill. Yeah, if I know they like to try, so not witch twist, witch time. If they like to witch time, try counter the bike. I can sort of bait it out, wait, and do something. Unfortunately, just running back into the jab there. Otherwise, could have held the stock for even longer. Yeah, things back to normal. Okay, try not to lose too much percent. Oh, well, this is going to be a big damage. Is what it is when you're messing bayonet. That was nice. Didn't pick up the bike, unfortunately. Just making sure not to lose my stock. Yeah, I'm finding it really hard to pick my spots with APK, and that's something I'll talk about in a second. Something I've realised maybe I should have been doing during the match. Actually, that's it, right there. So we'll just go back. Let's see, yeah, from here. Okay, so I think, so let's just talk about APK here. Something I was guilty of doing is, I think, shielding too much. So I think if you're here, you just take the L, you shield, go back, try to take stage control, or if you know they're going to back air or do something like that, you can't really punish the back air itself, and you can't find a way to get into here in time from this position. So you just sort of see what they do next. Do they shield? Do they spot dodge? Do they witch time? Something like that, which you get 50-50s, I guess, to see what they do next. But something I think I should have been doing more is if I'm already low profiling under APK, I think in this position, I just up tilt. Something I definitely need to do, because that puts a disjoint between me and Bayonetta, and it's just sort of free. I can just go like that and mess around, get my combo starters that way. So I think that's definitely something I needed to do more in the matchup. So yeah, crawl, walk, try be in this position where if they do the APK, now I've got up tilt, and I can sort of actually get neutral wins that way. Because before, nothing came out of it like that. Again, I'm just low profiling it, but I'm not getting anything out of it. So I think, yeah, up tilt is really important. I think I should be spawning bike. Was guilty of not doing it all the time. I think in game 1, but game 2 I realised I should have been doing it more. Nice, so it was just on the other side of the back air, so I managed to get an up tilt waft, which is nice. Yeah, just being annoying, try not to let Plant get the kill. Fortunately manages to live. Good DI there. Back air just missing because they DI'd in. Yeah, I'm doing a good job of just being a nuisance. Racking up percent. So yeah, right now I'm actually in a pretty good spot. This looks pretty winnable. Even though I just lost the stock, I've racked up my percent. And they're probably going to rack me up in percentage with combos like they're doing right now. But that's okay. So I think I should have been more wary, I guess, not to take damage. So yeah, this is kind of unfortunate. I thought I did air dodge, but because I remember putting in the input, but I know what I did wrong here, so... Okay, that's the problem. So, basically I did an aerial out of hit stun, which, sorry, out of tumble, which gives you access to fast falling, and that's usually what I do when I get sent up high and I'm not scared of the opponent. Problem was I wasn't aware, I guess, of this F-throw gun setup, so I did this aerial, and by the time the lag of the move is over, I can't air dodge, because I probably finished the move right here, and yeah, get caught, die for it, which kind of sucks, because as you saw in the previous stocks, I was living up to like, 180, 190, so yeah, maybe you could have kept my stock and killed Bayonetta because she's kind of light. Yeah, it sucks. That's how it ended, but is what it is. Don't think I was playing bad overall. Deep breaths from Plant. Don't think I was playing bad overall. Yeah, just a few things I sort of did wrong, and now I know, so needed to up tilt more if I'm doing this low profiling crouching thing. And yeah, I think just being more aware of my percentage, not letting them get those combos for free, and just beware of those guns off stage, don't do an aerial out of disadvantage. But yeah, I think that was pretty much it. Overall, I'm pretty happy with how I played, given I wasn't too familiar with the matchup before the Arcadian, but I was getting a lot of tips from people, and shout outs to them for helping me realize how to play it, play grounded, play shielded, things of that nature. So yeah, pretty happy overall. Just heading home now after the Arcadian. It does suck. Yeah. I was seeded to get 9th, ended up getting 17th, ended up going 2-2, and yeah, just a bad bracket essentially. I had kind of some tough draws. I versed a new player first. I won 2-0. Then I versed an OG player who hasn't been back in the scene for a while, and I ended up beating him 2-1. But then after that, I versed 2 Bayonetta mains in a row, which kind of sucks. I'm not gonna lie, because pretty tricky matchup for Wario, and I'm not the most well versed in the matchup, so bit of unfamiliarity, bit of a tricky matchup, and I don't know, just wasn't my day, I guess. Didn't end up getting those wins, and yeah, it just sucks. That's how it is, plain and simple. After I lost my second Bayonetta match, I remember like my heart dropped, or my stomach dropped. Felt just sad and I don't know, disappointed, I guess. Felt like, I was kind of like tense in my eyes because I didn't want to cry or anything like that. But I felt like I could have, if like someone, one of my friends came up to me and was like, hell, validating my feelings. But yeah, dude, that really sucks. Unlucky. I think I could have straight up, but I think that's okay. Like, it's okay to give a shit about Smash, because I care. I love the game. I put a lot of time into it, and I don't think anyone would be like, would look down at me for getting emotional about the game. But I'm just a little embarrassed about it, I guess. I didn't really want to display those emotions, so a bit embarrassed, a bit flustered. Just sort of went for a 10-minute walk after that loss. Just breathed, took in the fresh air, did some self-talk, felt better, came back to the venue. Anyway, life still goes on. I still had fun at the venue after the fact. Ended up doing some ballot doubles, which is like randomly drawn doubles. And after that, I did boss battles, which is like you fight the PR players, and you can win prizes by winning a best of 3. So there were stacking challenges on them, so it was like random. You could pick any stage once. They had to scream like an anime character if they were doing smashes. Just funny things like that, I guess. So I ended up getting a scientific calculator and a Rubik's Cube. So, hey, that's a win. That's a win. But anyway, had a bad bracket, a bit out of my control, and I'll just study up in the future. Going forward, it's just how I frame it, you know. I'm not going to wallow in regret or resentment or any emotions like that. Just I'm still happy with how I'm growing, how I'm learning as a player, and yeah, we'll just see how it goes from here. It wasn't my day. I was really nervous to do well, but what are you going to do? So some of my friends did well. Bunk the Cloud, he ended up getting third. Stromo got fourth. A lot of my other friends did pretty well as well. So pretty happy overall with the event, even if the results weren't the best. Definitely learned a lot about the Bayonetta matchup, and I had a lot of help from some of my peers who are just helping coach me through it and help me in that way. So yeah, that's all I've got to say. So yeah, I'll probably just catch you next week, see how we go from here. So yeah.